As long as you keep your wits about you, or some wits about you at least. Even if it's not your wits, it can be somebody else's wits. So he's gonna start healing by getting the villagers. Now you wonder, he does that pounce from time to time. We can't have the villagers going around too much, so we're just gonna spend some time getting rid of these villagers. As you can see how much he's fed. Alrighty, coming up next, Falrot the Soul Taker. North and very far away. A mad cultist that claimed to be the vessel of his decapitated horse. Woof. Falrod the Soul Taker, he also claimed his blades take their victim straight to the great darkness. An effort to feed or please some infernal power. Whether or not there's truth to his claim, this head count is undeniable. His head count is undeniable. What in the... I swear, this game gets a little bit weird every time. Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back. In the last bit of episode, we took on Angora the Spider Queen. And I think that went quite as well as you'd expect. In this case, I believe good old Soul Taker is, from memory, is here. I believe in the Curse Village. Now, I know there's a little transporter here that we might have to open at the end of this video. So, we got a little bit of backup. We got 8 health. And just gotta remember to change into my clothing. It looks like my buffs has gone, and that explains that. I mean, crafting them isn't the hardest thing in the world. So we're gonna just follow the road and get to where the guy is. As you can see, Wilbur is quite on top of it, and yeah, he's as impressive as ever. Now, in this part, because there's not too many human eyes we can pull together and make into friendlies. I do not like the mosquitoes in this situation. I might be going the wrong place. Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely going to the wrong spot. It says he's close in this direction, so completely wrong about where our mate is. Now let's get the second transporter and we'll come over here. Oops. And in you go. We'll leave Wilbur over there. Not that it will matter. Now I think, scratch what I said, I think he's here. These guys are a little bit hard to deal with. We probably should be using the thighs. Okay. Okay, they're not as bad as I thought. Probably a good idea to get these ghost crystals, and that's just a guardian. So if you see, he's over there. Let's just get these guys sorted. Now, as you can see, these guys teleport, and they hit quite well. Now, for the sake of this fight, and because we're not really getting our time's worth from these guys. Oh, I don't remember looking at them like that. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of a different guy. So, the Soul Taker looks like an alive unit, so we won't bother too much. Alright, let's get our bus happening. By our bus, I mean our buffs. Okay, So we are gonna hit him with 1, 2, and give him a C. I do not like him at all when he starts doing this stuff. And it's a good thing we hit quite hard. Okay. I missed the hit. Now I remember the thing that gives us static is actually the trinket. If you're not careful, he can easily fear you. Okay. Now this is not the boss that does it, but one of them starts like he's like some kind of blacksmith, which is like my favorite. I swear, like blacksmiths are just probably the coolest. Do they count as trade? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, blacksmiths these days are probably like a bit of a novelty. Um, oh no, what did I do? Okay. Alright, let's get the friendlies happening. Get a heal. Okay. Good, good, good. Ah. The special is not ready yet. Okay, so let's keep an area empty. And he's done. Oshi. I mean, as far as head count, I don't think that matters as much because you can't have that much of a head count if this how it's gonna go. Now, of course, we're a little bit overbuffed, and I think the new gear kind of help. So as you can see, we got the Death Worn stuff on, and it's like the next level of what we got. We'll leave the rest to later. For now, I think it's probably beneficial to go back, and we'll possibly do a 2-for-1 on this one. Let's see what our next boss is. Alrighty, so his head count is amazing. He's wearing a horse, and he gives us spectral dust and unholy point, and we'll leave him alone for now, and we'll go to this side of things. So we got Wilfred, the village elder, which I believe is a werewolf, and we got the Duke. I'll leave the Duke for later. We're gonna go and see if we can say g'day to Wilfred. Alright, Wilfred is without a doubt in this little graceful village here. So, best way to come at him is to go there. Oops, missed the entrance again. Yeah, I'm not stopping the horse because I don't want to get into nonsense. Alrighty. So we're here. Obviously, we want to wait for nighttime. So I'm going to leave Wilbur over here and go back to the base and see if I got any resources to start the next bit. Now I'm not sure what these here do. Maybe they're an alchemy thing. Maybe they're a well, like everything with this game, is going to prove important in the next bit. So let's have a look. Okay, so Falrot, he will give us a Banshee, which we can conjure, and that will give us Spectral Dust. So I think Spectral Dust is going to be a bit handy in the next bit. And I think we get it through here. So, oof. Alright. That's going to be a good look, but we'll get to that when we get to it. At the moment, it is not as important. We'll do the bits and pieces here while we're waiting for nighttime to hit. And okay, I will see you when nighttime comes. Welcome back. Nighttime's about to hit. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with on this one. So we got Wilfred, the village elder, an honored and deeply respected chief of a small reclusive village of outcasts. Despite the imminent threat of the cult of the damned, dangerous wildlife, and even the rumor of werewolves stalking the northern Dunley, he manages to keep his people fed and happy. Now we wonder how, but we kind of know. So Old Mate is what is referred to in some circles as a werewolf, which I believe he's in that village there. And we got a blood moon, so I don't know what that means for the werewolf, but I know it empowers us. But I mean, if by all means a blood moon should be more beneficial for a werewolf than it is for a good old vampire. So, what should said vampire do? And the blood moon is out. Okay, now while you were away, I got one of these made. And currently, we got the right gear on, just so I don't switch it. I got Dust Caller, just in case there's a high blood guy that we can get from over here. Now, as you can see, werewolves are a little bit on the tougher side, especially when they get the frenzy on. So, as you can see, you always want some kind of buffer between you and them. Now, because they're not as expected, they're not as predictable as the others might seem, we're just gonna go with this type of deal. And that way because we don't need the AoE. Let's try and strafe. We can't strafe him. Werewolf down. Okay, so we can pretty much nick everything in here if we want to, but that won't be necessary because we're about to see Mr. Werewolf. That was a terrible mistake. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Keep going, keep going. As long as you keep your wits about you, or some wits about you at least. Even if it's not your wits, it can be somebody else's wits. So he's gonna start healing by getting the villagers. Now you wonder, he does that pounce from time to time. We can't have the villagers going around too much, so we're just gonna spend some time getting rid of these villagers. As you can see how much he's fed. Alrighty. So now that we got rid of the source of it, I don't know if he can do that multiple times, but we're gonna see. Oh, let the pounds miss you. Yep. Terrible play. Oh. Alrighty. Oops. It might help to look at him. Are you fighting? Could be a good idea. Oh, what is that effect? Haha! And he gets finished, well, technically by the minion, but we'll steal it. So that's a village elder. So now we can get the next bag, and I think the toad is next, and I think there's a couple more bosses before we have to go to the really hard area that I have zero experience with, which is where the paladins lay and all of that good stuff. So the good thing now is the paladins used to be weird, and I think our next resource is going to be silver. Let's see what's they got here. Yep. Yeah, our upcoming resource is going to be silver, and they removed the toads. Toad used to be a bit of a pain in the butt, so his name is Duke something, and generally those change form bosses, I tend to over level them and come back to them because they don't really hold the game, and it makes it more enjoyable. Like it's not as anxiety inducing as the rest of it. Okay. We're just gonna be a bit silly. Oh, that frenzy just worked out. Let's see what they got here. I mean, nothing special. Oh, I don't know what I expected. But I'm gonna just kill all the wolves. Well, majority of the wolves, because I wouldn't mind coming back here at some point and hopefully having some kind of like a max level villager that basically transform into a werewolf, and that way I can get best of both worlds a little bit. Okay, so we got Wilbur here. Let's see what's the next one gonna be. So that's him. He get people fed and happy, and he gives us a leather bag, which also gives us the maximum inventory slots, and it also add the resource yields, and I can carry up to 400 silver coins without no issues. This is gonna become very important when I start going into the mines. Alrighty, so we are on our beloved Wilbur. Let's take it back to the old school. Yep. We're just gonna take it right back and go back to the transporter, go back to base, finish the video there, and then I'll see what other changes I will need to do. And in this situation, up. Oh yeah, we got some vampire cemetery stuff happening, and we probably out leveled that by a lot at the moment, so we could go over there and wreak havoc if we need to. I obviously have Templar boots already, so yeah, there's just this last bit's here. Obviously I got it, so we're just gonna go here and we're gonna go there, and that's good. So the Toad now is not gonna be our next guy. Cyril the Cursmith is gonna be the next dude, and as you see, this is where the spectral dust takes place, so we can get an advanced furnace and we can get an anvil and we can start making dark silver ingots, and also a point in illusion, which is not too bad. Let's see what's happening on this side. Oh yeah, in one of those episodes I was sort of talking outside my mind, and I was okay, and I was saying, but this is where you can add like the next extra bit to help you out, is you can choose what kind of damage you want to inflict on your opponent, and that will help you. So currently I have my mace that inflict chill, so this becomes active, which is chilled and frozen, and it's also an additional 10% damage. And then because we use the wolf, that's another 10% weaken. I don't know if that all adds up, but when you also get a skeleton mage instead of your summon, and you also can deal 10%, they deal extra 10% damage. The chaos is obviously the second ability we're using, and then we have a choice to either get lightning or get sanguine. I mean, so far that's just how it works. I would rather my weapon have a static, and then I can go as no, I think this is as good as it's gonna be. Anyhow, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with me, and have a lovely day.